The year is 2089. Humanity is no longer the absolute ruler of the Earth. After decades of genetic experimentation, scientists have done the unthinkable, resurrected dinosaurs, and improved them. No longer ancient creatures, they are now living weapons, symbols of power, and uncontrollable terror. From laboratory nightmares to half machine, half living flesh, we have rewritten evolutionary history, but not human history. This is not just a story about science. This is a story about arrogance, ambition, and consequences. 10 species, 10 experiments, 10 nightmares. This is, what if dinosaurs were resurrected and genetically modified? What if dinosaurs were back and more dangerous than ever? Part 1. Revenant Raptor. In 2073, in a subterranean laboratory deep in the Nevada desert, Project Revenant was officially launched. No one knows the exact name of the scientist who initiated the project. They only know his code name, Dr. Halvorsen, a genetic genius who had been expelled from the scientific community for his unethical research. He wasn't trying to resurrect dinosaurs for a theme park exhibit. He wanted to create a new species faster, smarter, more dangerous than any creature that had ever existed. And so, they were created. Revenant raptors, the genetically modified descendants of the prehistoric velociraptor. But they're not just clones. Octopus DNA has been added, giving them the super-fast learning and problem-solving abilities of the smartest animal in the deep sea. From chameleons, they gain cellular camouflage, changing their skin color to completely disappear from the naked eye. Their skin is injected with a crystal compound that reflects light, making them almost completely invisible when standing still in the dark. Biological Analysis Global Biosecurity Organization. Height 1.9 meters. Running speed 90 kilometers per hour. Optically reflective skin. Estimated IQ approximately 200 near human level. The brain learns through observation, building predictive models of enemy behavior. One trait that horrifies experts: revenant raptors don't hunt to eat, they hunt to learn. Now, the revenant raptors have disappeared into the Amazon jungle, where technology is hard to track and humans rarely set foot. No one knows what they are doing. Are they organizing? Are they reproducing? Are they evolving? Only one thing is certain: humanity's most dangerous predator is no longer human. Part 2. Infernosaurus, the fire within. In the heart of a dormant volcano in the South Pacific, the Infernosaurus project was born. An experiment to create a dinosaur that could withstand high temperatures, using DNA from an ankylosaurus combined with Antarctic icefish and fire-resistant tropical beetles, plus genetic modifications involving bioreactors. The result? A creature as large as a tank, with skin that cracked like cooling lava, but inside it glowed a smoldering red. Its back was covered in basalt-like plates, with a bioenergy core that emitted heat waves that warped nearby metal. It didn't breathe fire like a dragon. Its body itself was a living bioreactor. When stimulated, its body temperature soared, enough to incinerate a tank with a single charge. Infernosaurus was once studied as a bioweapon, until it got out of control. Part 3. Sauropode, the winged colossus. Not all dinosaurs are predators. Some are icons of greatness, and Sauropode is proof. The project is based on the Brachiosaurus, a giant long-necked dinosaur, but has been genetically fused with giant bats, whales, and even bioalgae that can harness solar energy. Sauropode stands 30 meters tall, but what makes it legendary is giant bio-wings that stretch out like those of an angel. It can't fly as far as a bird, but it can lift its body using a finely tuned biomechanical system. In the air, its body acts as a mobile island, transporting cargo and even acting as a solar-powered signal station. Its back grows biopanels that glow periodically, like the wings of a giant emerald butterfly, but its magnificence comes with its peril. When strong winds cause it to lose control and destroy the area under its wings. Seraphode, a creature of divine beauty, but also a reminder of the risk of daring to improve creation. Part 4. Necrosaurus, the Bioreaper. In a top-secret laboratory deep underground in Siberia, Project Necrosaurus was developed as a last resort if the world were faced with an alien or biological apocalypse. The DNA sample chosen was from the Carnotaurus, smaller than a T-Rex, but faster, combined with ancient radiation-resistant bacteria, parasitic fungal tissue, and molecules from a synthetic zombie virus. The result was a creature that was nearly impossible to kill. Every cell tissue had the ability to regenerate rapidly, but with a mutant variant, they could spread biological pathogens even after death. The Necrosaurus body looked partially decomposed, bones were exposed, flesh was blackened, and toxic gas leaked from its mouth and lacerations. Its eyes glowed a pinkish red, not due to vision, but to biological infrared sensors. Its hind legs were well developed for darting down narrow corridors, and its hands had hooked claws. Necrosaurus is more than just an assassin. It is a living biological weapon, a deadly spectre in the cold night. Part 5. Cryovore, the Icebound Hunter. In the cold darkness of Antarctica, where humans only survive for a few months each year, a dinosaur has been found frozen in prehistoric times, a Utahraptor, completely frozen in permafrost, eyes still open, jaws still bared as if ready to pounce. Unbeknownst to anyone, its DNA is still active, and worse, it's adapting. Scientists decided to combine the specimen with genes from the deep ice electric eel, the Arctic wood frog, which can freeze without dying, and anti-freeze nanoenzymes. They didn't just revive the creature, they evolved it for the future, a predator in the post-nuclear era. They called it the cryovore, the one who eats cold. The cryovore has the classic raptor shape, fast, agile, sharp. But its entire body is covered in a bio-ice skin, a dynamic, crystalline form that can change color according to its environment to become invisible in the snow. Its eyes are biocameras, able to see through blizzards or complete darkening. Instead of warm blood, the cryovore's circulatory system uses a biosemiconductor gel, allowing it to move at -70 degrees Celsius without the need for a stable body temperature. Inside its throat, a biocompression chamber can create a freezing vapor, leaving its target covered in frozen ice in seconds, then torn apart by razor-sharp claws. But the most terrifying thing is when cryovore hunt in packs, they communicate via ultra-frequency pulses, transmitting commands through the air like bats or the infrasound of whales. One goes first, the others flank. Enemies often never get to see their true form, only feel the deadly cold squeezing their hearts. Part 6. Basilivex, the Hypnotic Serpent King. When technology meets mythology, an ancient creature is born not to kill, but to dominate minds. The Basilivex project began at a biopsychology facility in Switzerland, where scientists were working on creating large-scale mind control weapons. The original DNA came from the Dilophosaurus, infamous for its splayed neck and ability to spit poison. But that was just the beginning. Researchers injected it with genes from the Hypnotica zebrafish, the bioluminescent lionfish, and the light protein structures of the deep-sea firefly. They added artificial brainwaves, creating the ability to hypnotize targets at close to medium range. The Basilivex has a slender but long body, almost like a serpentine dragon crossed with a raptor. Its neck fins can be spread out, with its epidermis glowing in a dynamic pattern, causing its target to fall into a trance. The eyes emit low-frequency gamma waves, slowing the heart rate, paralyzing logical thinking. Victims exposed to Basilivex often stand still without resistance, even stepping forward as if invited, only to be torn apart by sharp teeth or poisoned by extremely potent nerve slime. Worse, Basilevex can hypnotize entire groups. A group of soldiers equipped with sophisticated weapons only need 5 seconds of exposure to light to shoot each other or freeze, waiting for death. The ruler does not need to kill by force. He hypnotizes the whole world. Part 7. Phantom Raptor. The predator that hides in time. Not all creatures kill with fangs or claws. Some just disappear. The Phantom Raptor is the result of Project THETA9, a combination of the ancient Velociraptor and genetic traits from the mimic octopus, the glass frog, and the temporal squid, a marine creature that can delay the reflection of light. But that's not all. Scientists at the Alpha Arc facility, Canada, implanted it with a bioquantum processor, allowing the Phantom Raptor to temporarily cut itself off from linear reality for a few seconds. People call this ability temporal blink. In that state, the Phantom Raptor can teleport short distances, dodge bullets, pass through walls, and most importantly, approach prey from behind, even if you just saw it right in front of you. Its slender, flexible shape, its scales covered in super reflective fiber optics, help it completely disappear in dark environments. Its claws are as sharp as nanocarbon knives and can cut through military polymer armor. Victims only hear the sound of the wind, then suddenly lose their heads. Security cameras only record blurry spots, jumping like software errors. It does not hunt in packs. It leaves no trace. It only comes when you are alone, silent, and think you are safe. The Phantom Raptor is classified as Omega-level secret. All information about it is hidden. But those who survived have the same saying.
It wasn't there. Then it was. Then I died.
Part 8. Titanfly Rex, King of the Skies. As the world begins to mine the upper atmosphere for space solar power stations, a threat from the sky appears. Not a meteor, not a fighter jet, but a creature that flies higher than anything else that has ever existed, the Titanfly Rex. Using the skeleton of a giant pterosaur unearthed in southern Patagonia, more than 15 meters long, with a wingspan of nearly 20 meters, scientists have sought to enhance flight and endurance in the low-oxygen atmosphere. They splice genes from the Titanfly Titanus giganteus, the world's largest insect, the Amazonian giant vampire bat, which has biolocation and radar-evading abilities, the Andean hummingbird, a creature that can live at extreme altitudes with a dynamically variable heart rate. The result? A Titanfly Rex, part dinosaur, part insect, all nightmare. Its body is covered in a purple biofilm that reflects sunlight to avoid detection. Its honeycomb eyes help it observe 360 degrees. Each wing beats more than 200 times per second, emitting ultrasonic sound waves that stun the human brain. Worse, Titanfly Rex can land suddenly, snatch its victims and carry them up to the clouds, where the thin oxygen causes its prey to die of fear. It first appeared in March 2075, when a power station flying in the South Pacific stratosphere disappeared completely, leaving no trace except for a blood clot on the surface of the transmitter. The reconnaissance drones only had time to capture one frame, a creature with a wingspan like a 10-story building, glowing eyes, swooping down from the dark clouds, and then disappearing. Titanfly Rex does not hunt alone. It calls to the flock with a special frequency, and the sky darkens as if night has fallen. It is not dusk, but the shadow of the Titanfly's wings approaching. Part 9. Gorgalurka, the Swamp Revenant. Amid the deadly swamps of the Siberian Peninsula where the ground boils with methane, and no one dares set foot after dusk, a creature known only by its whisper, the Gorgalurka. It began as a failed project, combining Spinosaurus DNA with bionavigation genes from lampreys, the parasitic fungus Ophiocordyceps, and the nervous system of a long-tailed scorpion. The goal was to create a creature that would probe underground mineral deposits. The experiment went out of control. The Gorgalurka was constantly evolving. It was constantly regenerating tissue, Its spine protruded like a spine, glowing a faint fluorescent green. Its right arm extended into a coiled tentacle that continuously secreted a toxic slime that could corrode even titanium. Its head was not fixed, its jaw could open into 3 sections, revealing a branched tongue and rows of movable tentacle-like teeth. Eyes grow all over the head, but do not respond to light. Instead, it hears the weak thoughts of its victims. As it moves, the mud bubbles, trees wither. Its sound is deep frequency, enough to stop birds from flying and completely jam broadcast cameras. The first report is from an underground mining research station. 18 engineers disappear in 14 minutes. The camera captures the end, a giant body crawling out of the earthen wall, each layer of flesh contracting as if breathing through the skin, then screaming silently, the sound waves shattering the lens. Part 10, Abassaurnis nocturnum. They called it the abyssal bird demon, a name whispers in trembling tones by the last remaining survivors of Lab Zeta 9, buried beneath miles of oceanic crust off the Mariana Trench. No one was supposed to know what they were building there, but secrets have a way of clawing themselves into the light. Standing over 4 meters tall, this thing no longer bound by nature's logic was forged from the genes of a Therizinosaurus, a cuttlefish, and an unclassified deep-sea fish extracted from the blackest depths of the trench. It was designed to be a perfect predator, a living ghost. Its skin is a shimmering, liquid-like black, almost oily, absorbing light until it vanishes completely into darkness. Even thermal sensors lose track of it. It doesn't reflect, it devours. The air around it seems thicker, heavier, like it drags the shadows with it. Each of its 4 elongated arms ends in curved, side-like claws, etched with faint trails of bioluminescent blue-green veins that pulse like a heartbeat. You see the light, and then you don't. It's already too late. But it's the face or the absence of one that freezes the soul. No eyes, no mouth. Just a grotesque web of thermal pits, pulsating slightly as it sees the heat of living things. They say the patterns look like scars from another dimension, like the creature was burned out of reality and left behind to wander between worlds. When it strikes, it doesn't roar, it hums. A deep, low-frequency vibration that bypasses the ears and goes straight to the brain, causing nausea, dizziness, and vivid hallucinations. Survivors speak of hearing whispers, screams, even their own thoughts twisted back at them. One man tore out his own eyes, he said.
It was the only way to stop seeing the thing behind the thing.
This is the end of the video. Thank you for following the story of what if dinosaurs were genetically modified. If you find it interesting, don't forget to like to support me, and subscribe to not miss the next horror creatures from the post-evolution world. This is not just entertainment. This is a warning from the future. See you in the next nightmares.